Welcome to Coaches Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi. To my right, the Swami George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger Albert Campman. Let's go to Spotlight. And it is a big spotlight. PIAA Track and Field Championships, Boys 3A. Butler's Drew Griffith. He won the 1600 with a national record time of 3:57.08. He broke the old record set in 2001, and he broke the state record time of 4:01.56 from 2022. He added a second gold in the 3200 with another record, a PIAA record time of 8:43.72. And just a side note, his girlfriend, Logan St. John Kletter of Mount Lebanon, she won the 1600 and the 3200. How are things going for Drew? He already has an NIL deal with New Balance.
How about when you get up in the morning and say, I'm going for a run, and your girlfriend says, I'll be with you.
I'll be with you.
Try to catch me.
Just what he's done. You look just at our area here between Jordan Geis and him, and of course we're going to talk about Levi Prementine of Slippery Rock High School, and we've forgotten about Mara Kimmel from Montauk. Went on 3-time Ivy League champion in the shot put and discus. She has the records at Penn. Then she goes to Notre Dame and sets the record in her 5th year in the shot put. This area, we've been blessed with track stars.
Oh, yeah.
They're superstars.
Yeah,
they're just not stars. These are national record holders, which is impossible to do when you're talking about 50 states. Number one. That's pretty amazing.
Do we put Drew at the top of the totem pole for cross country and distance running in Pennsylvania history?
Oh, he's right there. I mean, it won't going to take long.
Yeah. National records. He owes the national indoor record.
I would have him at the top for sure.
Yeah, I would think so too.
Yeah.
He'll be our guest next week. More boys. How about this effort? Dale Hall of Hampton was third in the 1600 with a time of 4:06.90.
Wow, that would win every year.
And he's third.
That would win a lot of years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coatesville won the team title, 27.2 points over Butler and Palmyra. They were tied at second with 26 points. Girls 3A, Nadia Constantakis of Pine Richland. She was second in the pole vault, 12.6. And the team champion was Spring Grove. They blew everyone out. They had 46 points. Boys 2A, Slippery Rock High School boys won the state championship, scoring 41.2 points. Second place, Penn Cambria was far behind at 26. And Levi Prementine won gold medals in the 300 hurdles, 38.63, and the long jump, 23 feet. I believe that's his third straight long jump championship.
Quite impressive. Just impressive.
He's had a brilliant career. Tremendous career. And Hayden Smith of Union AC Valley, he was second in the high jump, 6 feet 8 inches. Northeast Noah Crozier took first, also 6 feet 8 inches, but one less try.
The great picker.
Yeah.
Northeast.
Yeah, just Smith was going for his third straight. Just took him one extra attempt, and that was it. The difference.
Yeah, Prementine is very interesting. Such a great athlete.
Tremendous.
And what he's done, but he picked a bad year with Griffin.
Yeah.
With Griffin. So Griffin's so good. But Prementine's amazing. What he's done at that
brilliant
school.
career.
Yes.
He's made spotlight as much as anyone, as long as we've done this show. Hey, Knox sophomore Christopher Robinson, he won a gold medal in the wheelchair shot put, 22 feet 9 inches. Kudos to him. And Alex Brown of North Catholic was third. It's just great that they include these kids in this.
That's always when I was down at the state track meet. Always a fun thing to see those kids competing like crazy.
Boys volleyball, WPIAL 3A championship. Shaler 3, North Allegheny 1. It's a second straight for Shaler. In 2As, Mars defeated Armstrong 3-0 for their first ever title. Mars 20-0 was led by 6'4" Derek Piatak with 14 kills and 6'5" Ryan Check with 13 kills. They might have the best volleyball team around.
And we come on this show a lot of times before you see the air, and we talk about things we were right on, what we were wrong on. And all three of us said, watch out for Mars. About 15 years ago, we said,
Sleeping
Look out.
Giant.
They're coming.
My.
Yes.
And they've come on like crazy.
Mhm.
At 3A consolation, Seneca Valley 3, Butler 1. Seneca Valley moves on to the PIAA tournament. Butler finishes 12-8. Boys lacrosse 3A championship, Mount Lebanon 15, North Allegheny 10. In 2A, Mars 17-3. They win their 8th straight WPIAL title, 16-5 over South Fayette. Penn State recruit Enzo Greco had 4 goals. Girls lacrosse, well, this is a pretty good year for Mount Lebanon. Mount Lebanon 16, Pine Richland 11. And in 2A, Mars wins a 2nd straight WPIAL title, 14-6 over Char Valley. Mars 17-2-1 was led by Maya Cote with 4 goals and McKenna Merritt with 4 goals.
You know, Mars doesn't leave any chance. They whoop you. I mean, you don't hear any 10-9 scores.
Yeah, you don't squeak them.
Yeah, that was a close one for the boys, 16-5.
Yeah.
Really, they better watch.
6A baseball, Mount Lebanon 5, Butler nothing. Lebo star pitcher David Shields threw 2 hitters, struck out 11. Butler finishes 6-13. In the semis, Mount Lebanon 11, Seneca Valley 5, Seneca Valley 12-9-1, and North Allegheny 3, Norwin nothing. Pitcher David Posey, a 1-hitter and 10 Ks. So the championship game will be Mount Lebanon and North Allegheny. Mount Lebanon just having a fantastic spring in sports.
This Mount Lebanon pitcher is the hit. I mean,
yes,
he's going high in the draft too.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, he's going to be high in the draft.
Okay.
And in 4A semis, North Catholic 12, Thomas Jefferson 4. There were no details provided. And the championship game, it'll be North Catholic 16-4 versus Indiana 13-9. And in 3A semifinals, Riverside, they're 16-1. They defeated South Allegheny 2-0. Junior pitcher Zach Hare at 11 Ks. And he's one of 3 outstanding starters for the Panthers with Christian Lucarelli and Hunter Garvin. Matter of fact, Garvin and Hare combined for a no-hitter 4-1 win over Keystone Oaks. So in the championship game, it'll be Riverside versus Avonworth.
Yeah, both those pitchers, Lucarelli's considered their top pitcher. Both those pitchers will be number 1 on every other team that we talk about.
All 3 of those kids
have been. Garvin's their closer, and Hare's hasn't lost. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, they play it down at that Wild Things Park. And Avonworth's up and coming and everything too. Last 4 or 5 years,
everything.
They've been real good in football, basketball.
And now the thing with a week off, Coach Dan has all 3 pitchers ready for this championship game.
If he has to use all 3, he'll be upset.
Oh yeah, I know he'll be upset.
Oh yeah.
District 9 2A semifinals, Montauk 2, Carn City 1. Ian Ross drove home both of the runs for Montauk. Dawson Cook was a winning pitcher. Now the championship game in District 9 2A, Montauk will take on, as always, who's there and everything, Red Bank Valley.
Yeah, good.
And softball, WPIAL semi, Seneca Valley 7, Cannon Mac 1. Lexi the Flame Hames, a 1-hitter. She struck out 18. She struck out the first 10 batters she faced. How about being demoralized at the start of the game?
Yeah, when 10 straight walked back to the bench. They said, they used to ask Jeter, they said, he doesn't have anything. They said, you can't say that when she strikes out 10 straight. Yeah. She got something.
I'd be prompted to say, if I'm the coach of the other team, everyone's bunting the first 3 innings.
I think the coach asked, what does she have? And they said, we haven't seen it yet.
No, something.
We hear it.
Prince we hear it. We don't see
the radio ball, Bob Prince said. You can hear it, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
Hey, Kara Pasquale, she's had a great year. She had 3 hits, and Abby Kolkowski had 2 RBIs and scored 2 runs. Seneca Valley 20-1. They'll take on Norwin 10-10. Norwin with a major upset over defending champ Hemphill.
Yeah, they're going to find out who they're placing in a second.
I don't think Seneca Valley is going to be caught napping in this one. District 9 2A semifinals, Cranberry 6, Montauk 4. Mariska Shunk had 3 hits for Montauk. And now let's go to our stories of the week. Steelers land the 2026 NFL Draft. It's a 3-day event in Detroit, as we talked, drew 750,000 fans. They're going to use Acrisure Stadium. Can they beat that crowd, that record? That's pretty tough.
We're going to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
Think about the money that brings into the community.
They're estimating between 120 and 150 million dollars
I would
in
believe
an
that.
economic boom.
That's why you
for
want to land those
Pittsburgh.
things.
Oh,
No
it's-
question there.
I think it's great. I'm excited about it.
It is.
I don't want to be caught
For
in
the
that
community,
crowd.
for the city of Pittsburgh.
It's great.
And the community around it. Those hotels will be packed like they never have been.
Hotels, restaurants,
Yes.
bars, drivers, car transportation.
Sure. Oh no,
Everything.
That's a big
Not
deal.
only that, people may want to go and take a cruise along the rivers down there. It's such an economic boost for the area. And I thank the governor and his work for it, and Rooney's.
Yeah, whatever.
They did.
Rooney's always have something to say. Don't they?
Yeah, Rooney. you know they're going to be in the middle
You
of
think
it.
so?
Yeah. All right, Major League Baseball. The Pirates 25-29. They lose 2 straight to the Giants. Games that they blew, 5-1 leads. They could have swept the Giants. They take 2 out of 3 from the Braves. That's the first time in 3 years they took a series from the Braves. Skeens, a good second start. He's 1-0, 2.25. And looking at that starting rotation, Keller now 5-3, 3.84. Falder 3-2, 3.55.
That's a surprise right there.
Falder.
Yes.
And Jones 3-4. 3.05. Jones just can't get any help from the
hits.
bullpen
No,
or hits.
I watched that game. I was telling Al, I watched the Braves feed. Boy, did they like Falder.
Yeah, I think he's terrific.
When any other team's guys are right on it, that tells you he's pretty good.
So what started out at the beginning of the year as a strength has become a weakness. Chapman now 0-3, 4.41 ERA. If you just look at his strikeouts, say, 30 Ks, 16 innings, but he has 20 walks.
Yeah, his control has been his bugaboo for the last 2 or 3 years, and it hasn't changed. It isn't like the pitching coach had an invention for him. You're right, Eddie. Their bullpen just normal. It's normal. Bednar, Chapman, just normal.
They'd be 29-25.
Yeah, they'd be 4 game different. Yes.
That's. I think you're conservative.
It may be more. Now, Bednar 3-3, he has 10 saves, but a 7.08 ERA. Here's the difference. 20 innings, 20 hits, hit 23 Ks. You say, wow, that's pretty. He usually has more Ks than that. The strikeout pitch is not there for him this year for whatever reason, and I don't know what the reason is.
Well, I know this. When a reliever gives 20 hits in 20 innings, that means he's getting hit. I mean, he's getting hit hard because usually relievers come in for 1 inning, and usually it's 20 innings, 12 hits, 11 hits. That's not good.
Here's a crazy stat in those 6 games with the Giants and the Braves. The Pirates scored 34 runs, but they gave up 33 runs. A lot of that failure of the bullpen.
It was totally bullpen driven.
2 5-1 leads. Now they probably should have lost the one they won,
Yes.
but those other 2, they were. They're getting to the point now where when you tell someone they're ahead 5-1, they say, "Well, it's not over."
No.
True story.
Yeah, and that's not good.
Now, for the Braves, they lost more than a series. They lost Acuna for the
again.
season with his second ACL tear. The first time he had the ACL, the Braves went on to win the World Series. I don't see that happening again. How about last year? What did he have? 40-plus homers, 70 stolen
Riley's
bases.
out, too. They got their 2 best players.
And it's the other ACL, too, Ed.
Yeah. It's the other one.
Yeah.
So, tough blow for him.
Oh, boy.
He's a heck of a player. It's fun to watch. But that's.
By the way, he was having a lousy year.
Yeah, he was only hitting 230.
No, he was having a lousy year.
Yes, he was.
I really get a kick out of these. They jump on the bandwagon like Puig. I remember Puig. He'll be the greatest. Right? Acuna wasn't doing anything, but they're still talking about it. Now, the injury's bad, but he wasn't doing anything.
No. Hey, now, paralysis by analysis. The Pirates use a tool called pitch base to evaluate and educate hitters. It's
What do they use?
Pitch base.
pitch base, another device, artificial intelligence.
Oh my God.
The tool was uploaded to every player's iPad,
Oh,
and it shows what they did against this pitcher, what this pitcher throws in this situation. I mean, you're thinking so much going on. Players can watch their swings against pitcher Joe Bob. He threw me a curveball. I swung over there, whatever. And they carry it with them. I think it's overdone. Some players like it. They enjoy it. You could look at it and study it all you want, right?
Some guys can hit and some guys can't. It's like shooting a basketball.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah.
Put the Beverly Hillbillies on there. Let them laugh a little
They
bit.
go,
Instead of
that one time they said to Willie Mays, he said, that guy's throwing a spitter.
Yeah.
He said, I hit the dry side.
I remember a student would say, Professor, I studied 6 hours for that exam. Well, I probably studied 3 hours too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
These players are robots. What are they turning them into?
But they're not good robots. See, once again, that's our show. That's our
If
thing.
it worked.
If that was working, I'd say look at that thing for another hour.
Yeah.
It's not working.
How did they hit in the past? How did they hit
Well, they choked
before?
up. That's one of the things they did.
I'm looking at 1941. A great Ted Williams hit 406. Then the next year he won the Triple Crown. DiMaggio that same year hitting 56 straight games. Then they stopped him. Then he hit another 23 straight after that. 79 out of 80. 1937. That's the last time you had a National League Triple Crown winner. Going on 87 years now. Joe Ducky Medwick of the Cardinals had 31 homers, 154 RBIs, and batted .374.
The second part of that's the key.
Yeah.
All you want to do is get the runners home. No, not just hit 3-run homers. I know you've heard of fans. You turn this off right now. You've heard us say this a million times. Please, a guy on third, 1 out.
Yeah.
Eddie, hit a fly ball or ground ball, please. No, instead, let's swing for the fence and strike out again.
Strike out.
Drives me nuts.
If hitting doesn't count, let me ask you something. Are you allowed to steal first base now?
RBI.
RBIs
They
don't
don't
count.
use it.
And now stay tuned about when from Major League Baseball said that there'll be no robot umpires for 2025. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
What's that tell you when they say not for 2025? They didn't say we're not going to have them. They're
Well,
coming.
Angel Hernandez retired today, so there's hope.
Yeah, he's the one umpire that should
Oh
not
my
have been
God!
out there. Yeah.
Oh my!
He should never been out there.
Oh my!
Hey guys, let's play the what if game. Let's say Paul Skeens, after 4 years, is 60-24 with an ERA around 3. Do the Pirates sign him to say what he might want modestly, a 10-year, $300 million contract? They let him become a free agent, or they trade him?
They'll trade him.
Okay.
I did it with Cole. I've already seen him do it. They're going to do it again.
I mean,
he's
to
getting
me,
traded.
that's a low estimate if he's 60-24.
Yeah, $30 million in another 5 years will be like probably 20
Yeah,
today.
he'll be traded.
You know, the problem, we've talked about this. There's been no indication that they're going to open the pocketbook down there.
Now, I
Zero
agree with you.
indication.
Wow, they're next to last. Only Oakland.
Uh-huh.
$72 million for the Pirates and $62 for Oakland. And what you've always said before, there should be a floor there.
Oh, we said that forever.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a must.
But the bigger teams don't want anything to do
Oh,
with
no,
it.
they don't want that. No.
They don't want anything to do
well,
with
they
it.
don't want a ceiling either. They have to correlate
Yeah,
that.
they're not worried about any tax, are they?
No, it's like the Dodgers. They're fine losing 5 in a row to the Reds. The Reds don't have a guy that would be in their top
But
eight.
Davy's on good.
Davy's a good
Davy
guy.
Roberts, he's on good
Davy's
ground.
a good guy.
Yes.
Hey, let's play another what-if game. What if Cam Hayward reports to training camp in July but remains a hold-in? So he wants a 2-year extension on his contract at $16 million a year, which would bring him close to 38 years of age. So what will the Steelers do? Don't sign him? Let him play this year without the extension? Or will the Steelers say, hey, you have to take a cut this year from 16 to 8 million. You count 22.5 million against the cap. What will the Steelers do?
That's the time. I'd say the second one.
This year.
Yeah.
Over this year.
Yeah.
That's what I would
That's
think.
what I'd say.
Have him take a cut?
No.
No, the second one you said there.
Like play this year and then next year.
Yes.
See what happens.
Yeah.
But this is where you got to cut ties with how nice a guy he is. Do you understand? He's the greatest guy in the world.
Albert loves him. My buddy, I have a
Yeah.
picture of him
Greatest guy in the
holding his
world.
granddaughter.
But then he transcends to what he does on the field. And I heard someone say the other day, he had a great year last year. No, he did not.
have a great
He
year.
missed 6 games. He had 2 sacks in 11 games, and he had to come out quite often.
He's a 2-down player now, right?
He's a 2-down player. And, you know, when,
You have to cut the ties.
when you're
So there
35
is-
and you're going against a 340-pound guard,
Albert said it best. You said it. It's business. See, this idea, well, I'd like to see so-and-so. So what? He's been paid. Now, if he were donating his time, say he played for nothing the last 3 years, I'd say, you owe this guy. They don't owe any of Franco ended up out of town. Montana ended up out of town.
Palomalo.
Yes.
Didn't they not force, in a way,
Yes.
Roethlisberger out too?
Yes.
So to me, and I know Ray Fittipaldo doesn't think it's hurting them in signing a top-notch receiver. I kind of think it does. where they're limited with him. They're $16 million there. Any of those other receivers that they talked about,
No, they're going to
from
bring
the
Juju
49ers.
back. That's the word.
Juju.
Oh, Ayuk wants $30 million.
Oh my God.
And that's why you just tell him hit the road.
Yeah, he wants there.
Tell him hit the
Well,
road.
Juju, he's lost a step. Down
Yeah,
through the
that's
years.
the word. Though.
Yeah,
that's the rumor.
He slowed down.
You know, you need it too. This Pickens, they'll have their best guy on him every game. They need more than one receiver. Or any of these guys, Al, what do you know about them?
No, I watched them play I know fantasy.
That's
That's who they are.
The four
They're
that
two or
they
three receivers.
The four that
Okay.
they signed caught a total of 57 passes last year. That's all you got to know.
No, that's not. No.
Okay. Now I know they passed up Boyd.
I don't want Boyd. I told you that.
Okay,
He's like Juju to me.
Well,
He's
but in
possession receiver.
his 8 years, he's only dropped 24 passes. He's good for 60 passes a year, averaging about 9 yards a reception. So, but a solid, but not spectacular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what Juju is to me.
I don't even think Juju's as good as Boyd anymore. I
There you
don't
go.
think so.
No, he's older, right?
Yeah. All right. NCAA. Just when you thought the dust had settled on realignments, NIL deals, comes NCAA settlement on back pay to athletes going back to 2016, amounting to something like $3 billion. It's a troubling future for the have-nots, mid-American teams, and even for schools like Pitt in West Virginia. Pitt has few sellouts, only for Notre Dame, West Virginia, and Penn State. Last year, they said they averaged 48,000 a game.
You go out
I
to those
was
games.
there.
You go out. You know the crowds aren't that big. They're not that big.
I was going to say that average is 10,000 more than what it should be.
Yes.
They may go by tickets sold, but not
Sure.
actually fannies
Right.
in the
But the
seats.
TV's paying the freight. Just for example, that opening week, they're trying to force Penn State to play at night. Penn State does not want to play at West Virginia at night. Remember last year?
Yes.
NBC made them,
Right.
cajoled them into playing at night at State College.
But you still need, as much as the TV rate, you still need people in the stands.
Well, you need
still
is
them
give
there.
it for recruits.
Yeah. Now,
Do you think those tickets are sold though?
I think so. You know, a lot of boosters buy extra tickets and stuff
Well,
like that.
970 million renovation at Penn State, just to give you an idea.
Yeah, that's another controversy.
And you know, when you talk about paying these guys, you know, the school paying them, you could see this comment. And as you say, if they start playing each other, the MAC's going to be a spring league.
The Power Four will pay 40% of this, and here's where the disagreement comes in. The rest of the college world pays 60% of it. And so, listen, the barn door is open. They're going to direct pay. Now, you pay the athletes like you pay the plumber. Fair Labor Standards Act, the National Labor Relations Board.
How about
These
three
athletes
letters?
are employees.
IRS.
Yeah.
How about one? Hey, real quick, you mentioned that lawsuit. A lot of people didn't understand. They wondered why 2016 was the date. Well, what happened? It was filed in 2020, and there was a 4-year statute of limitations.
Yes, right. The NCAA, it's a lame duck.
Yeah.
It's just
been a
the way
lame
it
duck.
is.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good point.
And now you're going to have if you're giving coaches, someone's going to come forward. Well, Coach Joe Bob, he has a 6-year contract. I want a 4-year contract. They're going to get it.
Well, they're opening things up.
Yeah.
I would think right now that they're going to try to get kids to do 2-year contracts.
Yeah.
So they have to stay 2 years.
That'll
in
take care of the portal.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
And
Hey, I talked to a local coach there. I don't want to say who, he might not want it out there, but I'll say this. It's not a big time school, and these guys are all coming in now wanting to know what they're getting paid.
Yeah. So it's going to become a minor league for the NFL.
Oh,
The Power Four is going to separate, have their own commissioner. Hello, Nick Saban, your first commissioner.
You know, I always
The
say
Power
Eddie,
Four.
I always say Eddie's wrong. I've said it for not on this one. No, Eddie called this one right down
one's
the
coming.
line.
This
He
one's
he
coming.
wrote the script. I'll call him out for some more wrong things down the road.
It can only be one other thing.
Yeah. No, that's right, because you could see this wasn't sustainable.
I said this
Yes.
2 years ago. They were going to
Yeah, you did.
break
You
away,
did.
and this money's going to come. It's just the
You
way
know,
it's
we
going.
have a
When
buddy
the courts
who-
support it.
We have a buddy who's a commissioner of D3 League. All he cares about is his 2.8% of the. Because if they lose that, they're done.
Hey, let's look at the state of TV viewership for all major sports. Major League Baseball, the last 40 years, Major League Baseball, the World Series has lost 72% of its viewers and viewership, half of what it was about 30 years ago. Last year's World Series, and who played in it?
Was it Texas and the Phillies?
No.
Who was it? Texas and who?
Arizona.
No, thank you.
That's why it was the worst watched World Series ever.
Arizona snuck in there. Think of that.
Yeah.
They were lousy, too.
Now, trending up, the National Hockey League regular season average.
By the way, Eddie.
Yeah.
Which was, I must just sneak this in. I'm the guy you're talking to. I used to be able to name the players in the World Series.
Right.
Now I couldn't even get one of the teams.
And here's the other thing about watching years ago. Like if once a week, say it was a Monday night game, it was the Yankees and Red Sox. I wasn't missing it.
Right.
Now there's so many games on.
Oh no, Saturday game of the week.
No,
Saturday game of the week.
No, there's too much.
There's way too much now.
Way too much. Thank you, Eddie.
National Hockey League's trending up. TV audience boost to 8% from last year. The playoffs are up, and that's a small audience, around 500,000. Right. But it's an improvement for them. Opening week NBA TV playoff ratings, a 9% decline from last year. Christmas Day 2023. What's the NBA thinking? They went up against the NFL and got slaughtered.
Hear me laughing?
They got slaughtered.
Don't do against the NFL in any
mess with the bull.
You better
get the horns.
Get the horn. If you come for the king, you best not miss.
Hey, sports and TV continue. 64% of U.S. sports fans ages 55 to 64 follow baseball. And the demographics, ages 18 to 34, 21% are avid fans, 37% casual. Ages 35 to 44, 33% avid, 37% casual. Ages 45 to 64, 28% avid, 34% casual. And America's favorite sport to watch, 34% of fans say football.
Yeah.
Guess where baseball is?
Tied
with what sport? Soccer at 9%.
Wow. That tells you that's a great ending to the show, Eddie.
And that is it for us. We run out of time. We'll see you next week.
Zoom from Armstrong presents Home Pass Heroes. Jim wants to know where his kids are at all times.
What can I say? I'm a protective dad.
The Home Pass app, free with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi, lets him set primary devices for everybody in the household or frequent guests. Now he gets an alert when his kids leave or his mother-in-law arrives. Be the hero of your network with Zoom's enhanced Wi-Fi and the free Home Pass app. Available on the App Store and Google Play.